what is truly alignment and what is truly disalignment. We deal with the emotions, and how do we know that this energy, which is you, it's being affected or not, or is found alignment or not? It's easy to confuse whatever you have hormonal levels, you have your mood, and you have the reacting and the ego levels, right? And it's a combination of how can you operate. Obviously, the emotional level is your guidance. You understand how much you are in alignment or disalignment throughout your emotional scan, your emotional awareness. However, what is truly emotional? What is the ego playing the part? It is a trigger, is the dreaming state, is the illusion. So how do you really recognize? How do you bridge this connection? When do you know that this is an energy exchange and this is an energy being affecting your energetic field? You have a body, and most of the people are connected to their bodies in a very physical level. But there is a level where your physicality perceives the energy. And then it's activated, your heart is activated in a different way, your mind is activated in a different way. And your body will tell when is the ego part, when is the emotional part, when is the past part. So you have a machine that can truly read all this energetic field. Each person is different. I cannot tell you you're going to feel certain way when your emotions are being drained or your energy is being drained. You feel different from me, from Daniela, from Isa, from Julian. You guys gonna feel completely different. So your body, as your DNA is different, as your voice is different, we are very unique. And that is the beauty of being human. And that's the beauty of being and expressing yourself and living this life, is because we are very unique and very different. When you wake up and you're not in a good state, what leads you to understand is that a disalignment is literally connecting to your heart and asking yourself. You have to build a communication with yourself that is deeper than any communication with any other person in the world. Any, more than your mother, more than your father, more than your kids, more than anything else. The communication with yourself has to be real, deep, and truthful. It's easy to lie to ourselves. It's because I'm not saying that we are used to lies, but we build from childhood. We build a persona because we want to please, we want to be, we want to exist, we want to express. And that ego brings the importance. We want to be important. So we end up creating from a different place. But to you, this communication has to be deep and very truthful. Like, you cannot lie to yourself in any way. So when you ask yourself, how am I truly feeling? We tend to rush. I'm okay. I don't want to check it. Like, some people literally, I had clients that's like, just for asking, it's like, I don't want to go there because is this scary? Is it scary to go there? I don't want to touch some subjects that I know will take me to a place where I don't want to be. But you're just going to be able to clean that dust within you. If you really go, you don't need to revive, you don't need to relieve those situations, but you can understand from the observer point, which is kind, loving, respectful, gentle, from this observer point. And who is this observing point? Is your higher self. Literally, you will know when you are in alignment, when your body is comfortable, you don't feel any lock, you don't feel anything. I'm not talking about physical injury, okay? I'm talking about body state. Your body is feeling well. So the body speaks. That's one thing. And when you truly can ask yourself, I am in peace. I am in peace with myself. States like happiness or sadness, they tend to have the necessity of an event in order for that to happen. Oh, I've done something that made me happy, that made me feel happy, or something done something to me and that made me feel sad. The goal is to feel bliss and the peace of mind and the peace within. That state, no matter happens, you are in that alignment. You are in that beautiful alignment. Whenever you're not in that state, you are in disalignment. And the reason I say that is because your evolved self, it's 24/7 trying to express to yourself and to integrate into this physical part of you and these layers of energy that makes this component, this beautiful orchestra into energy and physicality, which is you. If you look around, the universe is talking to you 100% all the time. And the only way that you'll be able to see that is paying attention, is through presence, is really being present. I guarantee you, doesn't matter the problem or the contrast that you're going through, as long as you put yourself in the presence and you connect to this higher self, which is you, whatever sensation you have will be released. And you will feel your body responding. You will feel the energy from your heart, coherence through the brain, really finding the alignment. And it could be seconds, or could be a day, or you can finally enter in that state and there you stay. It depends how much you are putting the effort and the focus on this.
What is the best way, in your opinion, like the shortcut to becoming present? I know different people have, like, for example, I'm very good, as you can see, I'm a musician, so audible things are very impactful for me. Like I can focus on a sound and become present. But is there anything else that we should know? Because I've noticed also when I become present, that's when I can really start to channel, if you will. I don't know if it's channeling, but it's like you get this inspiration, especially when I do coaching. It's like, you get connected to a source that's different, so things start flowing. That's when I know I'm in alignment. So I'm just wondering how to shortcut, how to make it quicker, or maybe become more aware of how it happens.
Sound will take you to a different level of presence itself. It's almost like a trance that you will connect creativity, you connect your emotions, and also sound triggers a part of the brain that only sounds can do. This is scientific proven. I'm not just saying this. Music and vibration and sounds, they have their own place in your brain that is activated, but it's just sound that can do that. Definitely, whenever you connect through sound, you are connecting in a different level of consciousness. Presence, I don't think it's a shortcut, but there's many ways that you can find presence. It's a practice that once you start doing it, it becomes something so natural to you. It's like, when you go back to your home and already, like all the way, you could even close your eyes, you know how to get there. It's almost the same, but it demands practice, because if you never get there, you don't know how to go there. There are 7 layers of consciousness, where is dreaming state, half dreaming state, aware state is a very specific state where you have that, aha, I'm here and I understand I'm part of the whole and I can see myself from above. And that state is the sweet spot of presence between your higher self, the whole consciousness, and the physicality of the realm and the beings. And that state is what I would say that you stepping into the full presence. How you get there is very private, I would say. But what usually help a lot of people is connecting to nature. You need to come from a state of stillness that it's great enough to perceive the kindness of the whole. And again, if you are not a connected or trying to be connected person, what I'm telling you here is like, what is she saying? But if you know what I'm saying, you know when you are in the middle of a nature, it could be a sea, it could be a forest, it could be anything, and you truly connect to the air, to the smell, to the birds, to whatever is around you, you are able to find tuning with the environment. Once you find that tuning environment, your heart operates from a different place. Your emotional system find that integration. And it's almost like you can communicate with nature through your energetic field, through your thoughts. You are able to send whatever thoughts you have in your mind, like the greater thoughts, the good thoughts, to release to the universe is then when your brain is resonating great frequencies. And once you do that, you attract that to you too. I've been in the woods in a hike, and I met this young bear. And this young tall bear was following me. And I just thought, okay, if this bear is here, the mother might be around too. And I don't know if this bear is hungry or not. So I was like, okay, if that presence with the whole is it's really here and now, and I'm able to communicate with this bear, I need to stop walking and just sit down and connect, tune in. So that's what I've done. I put my hands on the ground, on Mother Earth, and I just meditated. Obviously, I had to deal with the fear, and I had to drop any fear and fully trust the environment that was there. And I knew if I achieved the fully presence, I would be able to send love to the animal and not fear. And that's what I done, and connect to Mother Earth. And I was sending love to the bear. He just started doing like a dog, wanting for cuddle and stuff, like oh, oh, oh. And then he just back off. I felt safe to walk, almost like he was a guardian or something. And he just kept walking next to me, but like time to time he was putting his head up, like, and you feel that you are not in danger anymore. But obviously, I don't recommend everybody. If you see a bear, that is not the recommendation that I do for safety purposes, okay? This is what happened to me. And I'm just giving the example. Once you have that level of training and being the present moment, you are able to operate from the animal levels to the earthy levels, the Mother Earth levels, and spiritual levels, and other realms. You are able to tap into those, and you become so sensitive to energy itself. It's almost like when the book is Japanese, when the book is in Portuguese or in English, the language of the energy and the energetic field per se. I think the shortcut would be, as more you practice, as more you know how to get there, your shortcut is faster. Yes, Julian, focusing on the breath. In terms of exercises, how to get there, you have plenty. Focusing on the breath, focusing on your heartbeat, or allowing the thought to come and the thought to go. Inside the YouTuneIn app on guided meditations, you have a library of different meditations that can help you to tap into that. Let's say you don't want to use the frequencies or music or the sounds, but there is a very detailed and educational set on the library of guided meditations that will help you to get there in a very special way, I would say, especially the mindfulness and also the program, the tuning program. You have first steps tune in and tune in, which to me is a golden set of meditations
I just wanted to get your insight into higher self a little bit. I know higher self is like the first thing that really attracted me to spirituality. In the spiritual world, like a lot of times, I feel like people teach perfect self instead of higher self. And I know when I first started my journey, it was like that constant, just self-absorption, almost like trying to become this perfect self instead of this higher self. And so I just wanted to get your insight a little bit into like what is higher self?
It's easy for the mind to desire to be a perfect self, but then would come from a place that is based in what you think is right or wrong, good and bad, which is very personal. What is good for you maybe is not good for the other, right? So you build that perfection, which is perfect for you. Your higher self doesn't exist goods and bads, judgments or not judgments. There's all expansion. That is all learning. That is all part of process. Your higher self doesn't hold any emotions whatsoever. Who holds the emotions? The character, the one that lives here, the one that is embodied in this body, the ones that inhabit here. And actually, you are here to leave those emotions. But the higher self is the connection to the whole, to the entire collective, to the creator per se, if you want to call it this way. Many religions says in so many names and so many ways to say that. But what I can share with you and the experience that I have, let's say, and again, the truth, you hold the truth. What is the truth for you? Okay. Once you allow it to manifest through you, that is so much love. And then again, I'm telling you, the emotional part is because once you tune into that, all you can perceive in terms of frequency, it's love. It's not that the higher self feels that, it's you. Once you tune into that, you expand. That's all that is available. That is only love. There's nothing else than that. It's love, is respect, is all the higher frequencies. When was the times that you felt connected to your higher self?
Like I doubt myself a little bit, but I know like that was initially how but I think I did idealize that version of myself. Like I just pictured that person and like that was how I comforted myself along that journey. I mean, of course, I was meditating, when I first started my kind of spiritual awakening, I was meditating hours a day. And that was who I was always like seeking out in my meditations, was just like visions and guidance from my higher self, because I didn't understand it all. Me, like I had a very specific religious background. And so that was who I felt called to seek out for answers.
I understand now. And I understand why that question came. There's no separation between your higher self and you. And there also, if you want to call it the God within you, there's none of it. None of it is a separation. Even though living in the physicality, we believe that this is a separation because of we are individuals living, we are all connected. And how to live and exist and express from that connection. We are navigating. We could not start like gods right away. We have to build that connection and start to evolve ourselves into what we came here for. And this evolution is taking time, but actually we are in a very exciting moment right now where more and more people are understanding that connection.
That question that you asked, I think it's very important to kind of raise that awareness of when did you feel connected? Because I've never been aware, and I've noticed I immediately took me to I just did a gig. I was playing music and I was just in the flow and I didn't even notice. I was just flowing and connecting with people and with my environment. I didn't even notice. I was just having fun. But then I also get tons of downloads every single morning, And that there's a time where I just get downloads, and they're always like, it's always information that feels good in my heart. So that's why I know it's a download. You know what I mean?
You just get the answers if you have the questions. Sometimes I just want answers. I want answers, but am I doing the right questions for myself, like, and what I want and my desires and everything? Am I asking the right way to the universe, right? So this is important because it defines even more what you are manifesting. Let's say you woke up in the wrong foot and suddenly you didn't attract that, and things are coming like an avalanche in your life, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. But trust me, at some point, at some time, that found alignment, and you attracted that. Everything that happens, you've been attracting. But it comes to a point that whatever contrast happens in your life, you are okay. And I think this is a very beautiful place to be, because you stop producing more negative waves into your life. It's once you truly are okay with the goods and bads, and life just unfolds to you, it happens for you. But let's say something bad happened, and my advice to you that I would love to share here is, first, get out of that state no matter what. Doesn't matter how bad it is, it's always a way out. There's always a path of least resistance. Always, always. So you need to look for it. Let's say that is a person that is on your way. Let's say that is an employee, or that is something with your work, because usually things like that triggers people, right? Well, first, you don't engage with something that is not in the frequency that you want to be and the states that you want to be. So you practice resistance to whatever is causing you or expending that energy. This is number one, is stop the negative flow. Number two, how you tap into the path of least resistance is really, again, remember at the beginning of this webinar that I was saying how truthful you are with yourself, and that communication with yourself has to be spot on. You really need to ask yourself what I really would love to do right now, or to go, or to experience, or to listen to, or, like, you have to be truthful. I want to eat a bar of chocolate, the fattest thing ever, and that would make me happy. Yes, do it. Right? Or I need to run. I need to run until my body releases all this anger. I need to shout. I need to, I don't know, break 10 plates at home safely, whatever. If that is going to release that sensation, I think you should go for it. Obviously, not things that will require somebody else's, but you, right? It's with you. Again, the communication is with you. The third actually is, once you do that and the energies, it's kind of moved, you kind of shaken whatever density was there, right? So once you shook that density, you bring yourself to the acceptance mode. I know the situation could be hard or not, or medium, light, whatever it is. Acceptance will take you to a different perspective and being to the observing point. You are able to drop expectations, and expectations from the other, from the universe, or, the Bible says that God has a better plans to you than to yourself. And it's real, because your higher self holds your vortex, which is full of all your desires since you're born. You have a notion, you have awareness of your desire on now, on your reality now, which is limited because you're already calculating the possibilities or not. But to the universe, it's endless, it's infinite. So the only one that is in your way preventing you to whatever situation to unfold and allow the universe to work on your favor is you. Trust that your higher self and the universe has the best for you. The only place you're going to be is in the presence. And that is the present, the sweet spot presence, and the peace in your heart that nothing can shake. Nothing can shake. It could be a breakup in a relationship. It could be a trouble you have in work. It could be even grief.